Balikan po natin si Batangas 2nd District Representative Jervil Luistro, ang tagapamuno ng House Justice Committee. Congresswoman Luistro, magandang morning!
Good morning once again sa lahat ng ating mga viewers ng Dos por Dos.
Opo, okay. What's next? Ngayon pong nakapagpasya ang panel, yung Committee on Justice, na sufficient in form and in substance, ito pong dalawang impeachment complaint.
Kagaya po ng narinig nyo kahapon, bago nag-adjourn ang committee, nag-issue na po tayo ng notice sa Vice President for her to file her answer to the two impeachment complaints sa loob po ng non-extendable period of 10 days. No?
Mm-hmm.
Ito pong answer na ito, dapat bukod sa kanilang pagfa-file sa committee, dapat i-furnish din yung ating complainant.
Mm-hmm.
Ang complainant naman po, simula sa araw na natanggap niya itong answer na ito, ay binibigyan natin ng 3 araw, calendar days,
Puro calendar
to
days.
file her
Calendar days
reply.
yan. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Katunying, this time puros calendar days.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yung kopya naman ng reply, dapat i-furnish din sa ating Vice President. And from the date of receipt, the Vice President is given as well another 3 calendar day period to file her rejoinder. Kamukha ng nasabi ko before, we call this responsive pleadings. Kaya responsive, dahil nagsasagutan sila. No? Ito yung tinatawag na nating third stage. Lahat dokumento ang umaandar.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, bukod sa responsive pleadings, the parties should start as well submitting their evidence to the committee. And if there are affidavits and counter-affidavits, they must be sworn in as well before the Justice Committee. Kapag kompleto na yan, the responsive pleadings and all the evidence, the Justice Committee shall determine whether or not there is sufficient ground that supports the impeachment complaint. That is the entirety of our third step.
Third step pa lang
Now,
yan. Opo, okay.
In the assumption na nagdesisyon ang committee na may sufficient ground for impeachment, we proceed to step 4.
Which is?
Ang step 4 na, our step 4 is the hearing proper. No?
Hearing.
Dito na po natin makikita na mag-appear before the Justice Committee. Una ay complainants, and then we have the witnesses, and of course, we will be inviting as well the respondent who is the Vice President.
So sa,
Ito yung palaging napag-uusapan. Katunying, ka Jerry, paano kung hindi dumating ang Vice Presidente?
Yes.
Let us understand na yung presence niya during the hearing proper is part of her due process. No? In other words, the prerogative belongs to her. Whether she wants to come or not to come, that is actually her options. No? So pag natapos yung hearing proper, punta naman tayo sa step 5. Dito sa step 5, mas mabigat na botohan ang magaganap. No? Sapagkat kung dun sa mga naunang steps, we are requiring only, or we are required by the rule only by simple majority, meaning majority of present,
Yes.
so long as there is a quorum. Dito sa step 5, iba. Majority of all members, regardless
Of the
of the
committee.
present and the absent members.
Oh.
So,
Ilan po yung
itong
total
step 5 natin,
ilan po yung total membership
Katuny-
ng
Committee.
committee including the ex officio?
what I know is 39.
39.
I think ang alam ko ako yung pa 40.
Opo.
Tapos we have 15 ex officio members who are allowed to participate and to vote.
So mga 55 in total ano ang
55.
Yeah, 55.
members. So doon po ay majority of 55, meaning that's how many? 28 Mga ganon, tama ba?
Tama,
Jerry?
tama. Oh,
28.
28,
At
oh.
least, at
We
least
will
28.
assume we will assume that the 15 ex officio members have manifested their intention already to join para makasama sila doon sa computation ng total
Total
number of members
Members sa
present
committee.
and 1/2 plus 1 to constitute the majority of the same.
Ang
Ay,
haba ho pala ng proseso
proseso.
na ngayon, ano? Hindi katulad dati, once na ma-declare na sufficient in form and substance, diretso na kaagad
Bakbakan na kaagad sa
plena-
hearing.
Oo.
Sa hearing muna. Kung,
sa hearing. Yung iba, dinidiretso na kaagad sa ano. Pero dun po sa hearing, Congresswoman, parang korte na ba yan na maglalabasan na ng mga ebidensya at yung mga binabanggit bang bank accounts ay mabubuksan na dyan? Pwede na bang pabuksan ang bank accounts dyan kahit nasa committee level pa lang ang hearing?
We are inclined to believe that this is the best opportunity para ilabas ang ebidensya. Because that is very significant for the members of the Justice Committee to decide the existence of probable cause, which is in our step 5. No? And we have to understand as well na ang Justice Committee ay pinagkalooban din ng batas ng power of compulsory process.
Aha.
Ito yung tinatawag natin na issuance of subpoena, duces tecum, if it pertains to relevant documents, and subpoena ad testificandum, if it pertains to significant witnesses to be presented before the hearing. No? So, both parties actually can file the necessary motion in order that they may avail of the compulsory process of the Justice Committee to issue subpoena duces tecum, that is for the document na gusto mong ipaproduce, like bank records.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay?
In
At
other words,
subpoena ad testificandum, kapag gusto mong i-compel, let us say, an official of COA to appear before the Justice Committee.
hindi po ba pwedeng i-invoke ni Vice President yung bank secrecy law kapag ka po sinubpina nyo ang bank records?
If you will check, Katunying, no, the exception to the bank secrecy law is impeachment proceeding. As a matter of fact, that is the reason why in yesterday's hearing, I volunteered to the members of the Justice Committee the information that the records of the bank are protected by the bank secrecy law, and we cannot therefore expect the complainants to have attached already
Yes.
the bank records because that is prohibited.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, impeachment is the only avenue where you can look into and avail of the documents without violating the bank secrecy law.
Oh, yung pala.
So
no?
kung meron pong attachment ang kanilang reklamo, kaya if they are able to present any document relevant to the bank records, tapos po ay na hindi nyo pa pinasasabina, kung po yun, those pieces of documents will be set aside, ano? Or ignored, or ano ba?
Ang tawag ng mga abogado doon, inadmissible.
Inadmissible in evidence.
Hindi pwedeng tanggapin. No? So, the only way na pwedeng ma-request itong copy ng bank documents is by the compulsory process of the Justice Committee to compel the bank to produce this bank documents.
Pero kailan
and that
po-
is by way subpoena duces tecum.
Kailan po
sa mga
darating yan?
nag-aaral po ng batas.
Actually nare-refresh po kami ni Kumbachero because in 2000 or 2001 when former President Erap was subjected to impeachment trial sa Senado, naririnig naming mga tricycle driver yan. Ano ba yung ad testificandum ad subpoena duces tecum na yun? But anyway po, yung tanong ko, and what will compel the committee to issue subpoena duces tecum doon po sa mga bank records na yon. Basta ba sinabi lang nung complainant na Madam Chair, pwede po ba isubpoena ninyo? Magbubutuhan pa ho ba dyan?
Well, I think it is best kung pagbotohan yan, no? Because we have to remember that Justice Committee is a collegial body. The only way to come up with a decision is by way of voting of the members, no? And considering the significance of the bank records, I am inclined to believe it should be submitted to vote. No?
So, doon po ba sa mga complaints, pasensya na kayo, magiging preemptive po itong question na to. Doon po ba sa mga inisa-isa nilang yung recital of facts na binabanggit nila, kung po ba, sobrang relevant and material po ba yung pinag-uusapan nating bank records? Bank documents?
Well, I cannot speak for myself, but according to the majority of the justice members, yes, bank records are relevant because the statement of facts or the recital of facts provided the income of the respondent and the improbability of having rose the amount maintained in the bank out of the income which is being generated, no? And you will remember Congressman Terry Ridon, in giving his manifestation, shared the two SALN already.
Ayun, no?
And
yung sa SALN.
apparently, this SALN are not proportionate, should I say, or consistent to the amount which was being generated by the respondent during the relevant time.
Naku, maganda palang mapanood yan. At sigurado naman, Congresswoman...
Parang ganito siya, Katunying, no, ka Jerry? Kung ang isang empleyado ng gobyerno, pumasok ka, isang taon ka pa lang, ang sweldo mo'y 10,000 a month.
Kwentahin
Dapat
yan.
ang lumabas sa SALN mo ay 120,000 lang. And that is on the assumption na wala kang expenses.
gastos.
No? So I think this is the argument that Congressman Terry Ridon was trying to arrive at nung pinakita niya sa screen itong dalawang SALN ng ating Vice President, no? I think during that time, because that is 2023 and 2024 pala, no? So, ibig sabihin, VP na siya in 2022. But prior to 2022, I think she was mayor, vice mayor, and the argument that Redon was trying to arrive at, given the income that is provided to that public official, how was she able to arrive to this amount of whatever is reflected in the SALN, tapos ibabangga mo pa yan doon sa bank records, no? Which he's trying to allege, no? That's why, according to the majority, and it has been ruled upon, pinagbotohan yan, no? At ito yung argument, at least, of a huge number of members of the Justice Committee. Relevant documents ang bank records.
Yung po palang mangyayari sa step 5, para siyang mini trial na, no? Mini trial na para bagang dati kasi ang ina-anticipate namin yung impeachment trial mismo, no, sa Senado, pero listening to you, parang
trial na.
Exciting din palang makita ng tao yung step 5 na sinasabi nyo. Are you required to go through that step 5? Pwede ba sabihin nung naramdaman nung grupo ni VP Sara na kakatayin ako dito, pwede ba? Hindi, suko na ako, dalhin nyo na sa Senado. Skip this. Pag-usapan, dalhin nyo na sa Senado para tapos na kami sa House. Kasi talo ako dito sa House, baka may ganon.
I don't think that is possible, Katunying. We can only shorten. Pwede lang natin paigsiin ang proceeding ng Justice Committee, perhaps via a motion and vote to be raised by the justice members themselves, no? Halimbawa, overwhelming na. tapos justice member mismo ang magre-raise ng motion, it is believed that we have presented sufficient and overwhelming evidence already, more than the required quantum of evidence, which is probable cause in step 5. We are submitting the case for the determination of probable cause already. Remember, Katunying, isa lang naman ang kailangan mo ma-prove for you
Yes.
to be able to convict a respondent in the Senate trial. No? Kasi dito sa amin, probable cause lang. That is why during our last interview, I was always comparing the proceeding before the Justice Committee to a preliminary
Yes.
investigation by a prosecutor.
That's right.
No? Pag nakakita ka ng probable cause, file mo na sa court. And that court is the Senate. No? But for the purpose of convicting or acquitting the respondent, it is not the Justice Committee. It is not the House of Representatives. It is the Senate which is empowered either to acquit or to convict the respondent.
Saka, total, kayo po ay, at the end of the day, kayo po magiging one of the prosecutors dito, ano? Dapat kayo mismo, kayo
Hindi
mismo,
ako sigurado.
kung sakali,
Nararamdaman mo ba?
dapat kayo mismo ay kumbinsido na meron kayong, sabi nga ni Boying Rimulya, may reasonable certainty of conviction. Kayo mismo ay dapat naniniwala doon before you even agree that to vote for to impeach the Vice President, di ba?
I don't know if I was able to share this with you. The chairperson doesn't vote, no? Wala tayong kapangyarihang
Tiebreaker
bumoto as chairperson. And the only occasion na pwede tayo bumoto as chairperson is only in cases of tie.
Ayun,
We will be
tiebreaker
the
lang.
tiebreaker.
Siguro po, i-rephrase ko,
Yeah.
meaning if you will be assigned as one of the prosecutors, dapat kayo mismo ay kumbinsido na dapat siya makonvict.
Siguro yung aking appreciation of the case, sa akin na lang, no? Sa akin na lang. But I cannot actually articulate that because I am bound to be as impartial and as independent as possible, being the one who is presiding the proceeding.
Yung pong timeline natin lang, ano, yung mga including the responsive pleadings, halimbawa walang magiging delays, kailan po magsisimula yung step 5, yung pong parang preliminary investigation hearing?
Katunying, wala tayong prescriptive period per step.
Apo?
The only prescriptive period that was provided by the rules is the period of 60 session days within which the Justice Committee should be able to transmit the committee report to the plenary. Pero walang specific period given to each step. As a matter of fact, even the determination of form and substance, wala kang makikita sa rules kung gaano katagal namin dapat talakayin yon. The only period that was provided, dapat matapos mo to within the period of 60 session days. At dapat ang committee report nasa plenary na within the period of 60 session days.
60 session days, hindi calendar days.
No, this is session days.
Session days.
Ang nakita ko lang sa rules na calendar days ay yung period ng filing ng responsive pleadings. The rest are session days.
Session days.
Oh, ayun, malinaw na at mukhang doon sa prosesong ipinaliwanag ninyo ay sinunod nyo na mismo kung ano yung naging
Guidance ng Supreme Court.
resolution ng Supreme Court para wala na maging problema. Naitanong na lahat tungkol dyan. Doon na lang ako sa Congresswoman sa survey.
Ito, may survey.
Tungkol sa mga kababaihan.
Opo.
Na ilan yun? 83%.
83% daw po ng mga respondents
Ng
sa
mga
survey
respondents.
ng SWS ay naniniwala na
Ito,
ang papel ng mga kababaihan ay
Ay.
dapat nakasentro sa mga gawaing bahay at sa
Ayan.
pamilya.
Ayan. Eto ngayon.
Eto
ngayon ang tanong. Kayo bilang isang congresswoman ngayon at ang daming
Dami niyong ginagawa.
ginagawa ngayon sa impeachment na yan at sa iba pang issue. Paano ninyo, pinaniniwalaan nyo ba itong resulta ng survey na ito? At paano nyo ginagawa na ang ina ng tahanan,
Kahit super busy
kahit
kayo.
super busy, natutugunan ninyo na kayo ang talagang in charge sa tahanan.
Sa pamilya.
Ilaw ng tahanan sa pamilya.
Well, I see to it na I am able to manage my time, no?
Mm-mm.
Na as soon as I finish my work in Congress, diretso na ako sa bahay. And, I spend time with my children. I spend time with my husband. Kung meron mang activity or event na kailangan kong samahan sila, I do join them para ma-fulfill ko naman yung duty ko as a mother and as a wife to my husband, mother to my children, and wife to my husband, no? And I do not totally agree to that survey because as you can see, hindi lang pambahay ang maraming kababaihan ngayon. Hindi lang pampamilya ang maraming kababaihan ngayon. As a matter of fact, no less than the vice president is a female, right? And she's occupying the second highest position of the land, no? So, at ang dami na rin ng naging mga women leaders in our country and even in international organizations. Nakita niyo sa ICC, puros babae yung judges ng pre-trial chamber, di ba? So, siguro mas accurate na sabihin na ang mga babae, hindi lang pang tahanan at pang pamilya, pang komunidad din.
Yun, kala ko pang sports pa. Hindi lang pang pamilya, pang sports pa. Alex Iyala, di ba Alex Iyala?
Si husband niyo ho ba, ano bang position niya yan? Mayor? Ano
Ang
bang
asawa ko ba?
Apa.
Sorry, ang signal natin actually nagpuputol-putol.
Apa.
My husband is the mayor in our hometown. That is
Ayun.
Mabini, Batangas.
Mabini,
And just
Batangas.
for your understanding, that is the town of Anilao, which is the birthplace of scuba diving in the Philippines.
Ayun.
Ang ganda nun, ano, yung Anilao.
Nakapag-advertise pa ako.
Hindi,
tama.
dapat lang. Dapat
Dapat
lang.
lang.
So, yung mga gustong mag-scuba diving dyan sa Anilao, pumunta kayo sa Mabini at maririnig nyo rin ang kwento ng ating dakilang lumpo.
Sorry, I wish to correct that, Catherine, no? Kasi palaging merong misinformation about Mabini as birthplace of Apolinario Mabini. Si Apolinario Mabini po ay ipinanganak sa Barangay Mabini, bayan ng Tanawan City.
Tanawan.
But I think our founder was very much inspired by Apolinario Mabini, and that is why our town was named after
after him.
Apolinario Mabini.
Mahirap talaga
Mahirap
makipag-uwi.
Tinatanong nasan daw ang bahay ni Apolinario Mabini, saan daw inilibing si Apolinario.
Anyway,
Congresswoman,
maraming salamat po. Alam naming magiging napaka-busy po ninyo. Inagaw po namin ang malaking oras niyo po ngayon. Totoo po ba na ang pangalawang presidente ng Pilipinas ay si General Miguel Malvar?
Parang hindi ko na nabasa yun.
Mahirap makipag-usap. Minsan sa abogado, ang daming alam eh. Opo. Congresswoman, salamat po sa inyo at thank you again for educating us sa umagang ito. Salamat po.
Maraming salamat po. Maraming salamat po at sa lahat po ng aking mga kababayan from Batangas 2nd District. Uuwi po ako. Naging busy lang.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Si Congresswoman Jervin Luistro, ang babae sa kortina.